Why is Switzerland one of the best countries for young musicians? Hi there, it's your passionate pianist and blogger Daria Vasileva, and also my dog Luna, who is helping me today from backstage to talk. Actually, today we are gonna talk about unique opportunities and possibilities for young musicians in one of the world's most beautiful and richest countries. Usually Switzerland is associated with cheese, with fondue, with chocolate, with its astonishing nature, with banks of course, but in reality it's also a country of scholarships. And in Switzerland you will find an astonishing number of foundations that support students from various fields. And also they support projects with a wide range of ideas. And a significant number of these foundations specifically support culture and music, and a lot of them specifically support classical music. This means that young musicians can receive substantial support for both their education and their concert projects. Let me tell you a little bit of my personal story to illustrate this topic. 4 years ago, I moved from Russia to Switzerland to study here. And it was possible for me only because I won one of the world's biggest scholarships for musicians. It's also one of the largest Swiss government scholarships, the Government Excellence Scholarship, that is also called ESKAS. Each year, the Swiss Confederation awards Government Excellence Scholarships to talented students from over 180 different countries. And to get the chance to win this very prestigious and competitive scholarship, you need to apply to master degree in arts or PhD in Switzerland. Every month, the scholarship provides 1,920 Swiss francs, and it's renewable for up to 21 months. Besides, scholarship also provides a one-time lump sum of 300 Swiss francs to help students with housing deposits, because actually housing is quite expensive in Switzerland. And the scholarship also covers health insurance from students from outside Europe, which is also a huge relief. It was the case for me. So, I did my master's here in Switzerland in solo piano performance. It's actually the highest degree of master's for performance, and I did it in Lucerne. And this scholarship was a lifeline for me. Coming from quite humble background without rich parents or any sponsors, sadly, 1,920 francs per month was enough for me to support myself. I was even able to rent a small studio apartment, which is actually not a common situation for students, especially for students from Eastern Europe. By the way, if you're a musician and if you're interested in studying in Switzerland as a musician, you can learn more about this scholarship in my free mini guide, Scholarships for Musicians in Switzerland. You will find the link to this guide below this video. But let's get back to my personal story. So when I moved to Switzerland, I was absolutely amazed to find that the university sometimes helps students with job opportunities. The university finds possibilities for students to earn money. Once, for example, I was paid 250 francs for just a 5-minute performance at a university event, where I played the first movement of Bach's Italian Concerto. Again, you're a student, you played 5 minutes, you got 250 francs. It's mind-blowing. And even more surprising was the big number of scholarships available for musicians. Unfortunately, I learned about many of them too late, when I was already finishing my studies and wasn't eligible to apply. That's why I decided to create my own guide with scholarships for musicians in Switzerland, where I collected and organized information about more than 50 scholarships and foundations that specifically support musicians' education and their concert project. And also it mainly focuses on classical music. So it's perfect for you if you're thinking about studying here, because you will get all information that you need about scholarships and organizing concerts in one place, and you will easily find the best solutions for yourself. By the way, in Switzerland there are a lot of foundations that support not only education of musicians, but will also sponsor your concerts, providing you with money, for example, for renting concert halls, because it's actually very expensive in Switzerland. For example, this year I was able to raise 4,300 Swiss francs for my concert project Feminine Power. It was a concert project that was dedicated to promotion of works of female composers of the present and the past. And honestly, without support of foundations, it wouldn't happen. Because you definitely need sponsorship of foundations if you're a young musician and not already a star of classical music where you get invited by everyone. So basically, organizing something on your own in Switzerland is very expensive. And for example, typically renting concert hall venue starts at least at 300 francs per concert. And it depends on canton. For example, in big cantons like Zurich and Lucerne, it's very expensive. A lot of times you need to pay separately for the piano. Sometimes you also must cover the cost of tuning the piano, and it could be around 200 or 300 francs just for tuning. And sometimes the venue also charges you just for processing your request to rent a concert hall. So when organizing concerts, it's really important to seek the funding. And fortunately, as I told you before, Switzerland has many foundations that support culture, and these foundations provide funds for you to organize your own concert. And additionally, each canton in Switzerland allocates funds for concerts within its territory. And often, preference is given to artists residing in this canton. For example, if you live in Basel, the Basel canton is more likely to support your project that you play in Basel. So, you can also find these foundations that will specifically support your concert projects, again, in my scholarship guide for musicians in Switzerland, as well as information about documents you need to apply. You will find the link to the guide below the video. Well, now I want to ask you, what questions do you have about studying and living as a musician in Switzerland? What should I cover in my next video? Let me know in the comments.